How do you get rid of a green screen background in your video? So in Premiere Pro, let's just dive right in. So as you can see, I have a video. It's a video announcement from my church of these two gentlemen who are talking about the upcoming Men's Academy.
Because mu session eyo twasobola okuyiga that a man must understand their mandate.
So you see, it's totally green. But I already edited this video. If I could show you my final results, this is how they look like.
It's a complete man in the context of sex.
Okay, so you realize that this is more clean. It has the green is eliminated. How did I achieve that? So what you want to do is, first of all, I'm assuming that you've already trimmed out all the sections of your video that you don't want to appear. For my case, I designed my background in Adobe Illustrator, and this is it. Initially, the men have a banner which they have been using as their backdrop. So I could have used this, but it was too bright, and something dark would actually give my subjects to pop up. So I exported this as a JPEG, just as a simple image, and I added it to my Premiere Pro project. So with your video selected, what you want to do is to go to your Effects tab, look for a setting, Ultra key, this is it, and just apply it to your video. Once you apply it to your video, then you can go to Effects Control. Once you're in Effects Control, you realize that your setting, Ultra key, your preset has been added, and you want to come to Key Color, this here, and select the color, which is right now black. But you want to use your eyedropper because you don't want to get rid of black, but rather you want to get rid of what? Of the green. So I can select a little bit to the edge of the subject to get that green. And just like that, you see, my green has been removed. But there is still, it's like a highlight green at the backdrop. So it's not yet clean. How do we make it basically clean? Because if I don't clean it up, if I put my background, you can see my background will not be as neat as it is supposed to be here. So how do I achieve that? So with your video selected, go back to Effects Control. Under Ultra key, what you want to do, you could just come to this setting and tell the software to aggressively get rid of some of that. So once I do that, you realize it reduces them actually very, very, very much more. But also you could be able to go into matte generation and matte cleanup and tweak these settings. So for now, let's first go to matte generation. I want to reduce my shadows to 0. If you come here, you see my shadows. If I reduce them to 0, you see that's a big and huge change. So, and I also want to touch my highlights. So when I reduce my highlights, you see, they also reduce. So I could also keep my highlights at 0. Then I could actually go to matte cleanup and try to choke. So most times when you do this, you find that there is a line around your subjects. So in order to get rid of that line at the edges, you can adjust this choke. But as you can see, my edges are quite really okay. It's just down here and a little bit here that I have challenges. But what I did in this video, because the background was not well lit and it was not quite a clean, straight, soft green at the background. So I tried to adjust this a little bit. If I can put my background back here, you see that my background is almost clean, but there's these parts. So how do I get rid of those? You could just actually scale your video. This is one way. If I scale my video and just have these two gentlemen resized and properly aligned. Let me scale that a little bit. Okay, scale here. So this looks okay. But you realize that also my table is quite tilted. This other gentleman was exerting a lot of force. So how do I even that out? I could rotate. I could just go still under my Effects Control. I could make a rotation of about 3 degrees. You see, that's a small one. Let's do 3 degrees. Okay, that's it. So I could just try to reposition again a little bit. the x-axis, zoom them a little bit in, and this is actually good to go.
Must understand their mandate to guard,
Yes.
to guide.
So this is really good to go. In most cases, when your background is not well lit, then you'll have uneven, roughy edges. But the best way forward is always to make sure that you have ample lighting all around your subject. And when you apply this key, actually at just a snapshot with the right lighting, you have a clean cut. And then you can substitute it with your appropriate background without having to hustle. But when you find yourself in a scenario, just like for this video, where your background was not well lit, your green screen was not well lit, then you would want to adjust each of those parameters and see what you have. This is a game changer, the Ultra key in Premiere Pro. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe for such content, but even much more. See you next time.